Hello, Dr. J here. I want to talk a few minutes about being tired or exhausted, right? Um, a few months ago, I went to the doctor, and the doctor said, "Hey, what brings you in?" And I'm like, "I'm tired." So he said, "Tell me a little bit more." And I said, "I am having trouble sleeping. I'm tossing and turning. I'm not getting no real rest." Um, And his first question was, how long has this been going on? Which that should always be the first question from a doctor, right? Because time plays a significant factor in exhaustion. So, I tell him, I'm like, look, I'm joking around. I'm like, look, it felt like I ain't slept in like 8 years. So we laugh about that. We talk some more. And after I left, I started thinking to myself, like, what is this exhaustion? What is it? And I started to think about like over my life, there has been like three categories of exhaustion that I have experienced, right? And so the first one is physical, right? I'm physically tired. And that's what I told the doctor, like I'm physically tired. Um, and that's, I go to sleep, don't sleep all the way through the night, wake up in the middle of the night, can't get back to sleep. And a couple of weeks of that, where you're getting 3, 4, 5 hours of sleep a night, that just wears you out and you are physically exhausted. And then there's this second exhaustion that I've experienced for all my people of faith out here is a spiritual exhaustion, right? Where you are spiritually drained because maybe you're talking to God about something, you're praying about something, and 2, 3 days of prayer turn into 2, 3 weeks, turn into 2, 3 months, turn into sometimes 2, 3 years. And the longer you go, the more exhausted you become. And that's why I said time was a factor. Um, and then there's another level of exhaustion I've experienced, which is emotional or mental exhaustion, right? I'm mentally tired because my mind is racing. I can't settle my thoughts. I got 10,000 things going through my head at the same time. And I become emotionally, right, drained. People are pulling on me. And I'm like, good Lord, can I just get a minute? Right? I am emotionally tired. And what I've realized is that a lot of times the three intermix, right? The three sometimes becomes one because if you're dealing with emotional exhaustion, it's going to cause physical exhaustion, or if you're dealing with spiritual exhaustion, you're going to become emotionally exhausted. So it's like the three in one is just a circus, a circus going on. Um, and what I have learned, or I'm still learning, is that I have to give myself time to rest. I have to really give myself time to rest. We have to consciously put our unconscious to rest. We really have to like learn how to somehow, some way manage our thoughts, manage our emotions, right? Because our body can't take a continued physical exhaustion. We can't do it, right? Because we have this thing in our body called cortisol, where the higher or the longer your cortisol levels run, the weaker your immune system, your body becomes, right? And so when you don't give any rest to your body, you're no good to yourself, to anybody else. Um, and so, what we really have to do is prioritize getting some rest. We have to somehow, some way, if you can, just maybe one day consciously, if it's an emotional exhaustion because maybe somebody said something to you, or you've been feeling some kind of way about somebody or something for a time, and it's just pulling on you, weighing on it, you have to consciously tell yourself that today I'm not wrestling with this. I'm not carrying this. I am laying it right here, and I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that because my body needs to rest. Or if it's a spiritual exhaustion, right? You might have to just say, you know what, God, I've been carrying this thing. I've been talking to you about this thing for however long, and today I can't. I can't talk about this today. Right? You know my heart. You know my petition before you, and I'm laying it right here because I'm exhausted. Right? Or if it's a physical exhaustion, maybe perhaps you can take a day off of work or something like that, where you just go and rest yourself. Go lay down. Go lay down. Go take a nap. Try to recuperate, right? Try to give yourself some space to rest. Don't answer the phone. Put your phone on do not disturb, because you need some time to rest, right? Because what I've learned over the years is that when you don't find time to rest, when you don't prioritize rest, right? Because you got this and that, and you got 10,000 things you need to get done. Yes, it needs to get done. But if you don't prioritize rest for yourself, then you will feel it. You will feel it. Your thoughts are not clear. You're angry. You're ready to bite people's heads off because you're exhausted and you're dangerous, right? People out here crashing in the street, they didn't fell asleep at the wheel. You have to prioritize some rest. And I saw a meme maybe about a year ago, and it said, if you do not pick a day to rest, your body will pick it for you. And that is what you don't want to happen, because the body doesn't ask for permission. It takes the rest it needs, with or without you. All right. So hopefully, if you need some rest, go get some rest. All right. Talk to you on the next go round.